We're with Rob Pincus, Executive Director of the Personal Defense Network, and a good friend. Rob, how you doing?
Doing great, man. This is it's been a great show. Of course, this is Friday. Glad I got a chance to sit down when didn't get the week get away from me for being here. But man, it's just been so busy. I've done so much with NSSF, with the people running SHOT Show. We did some educational stuff. Obviously, a lot of business meetings. There's so much going on this year, and gunownerscare.org, of course, is a big initiative that everybody's excited about. There's a lot going on. One of the busiest years for me at SHOT Show, for sure.
Well, I've taken classes from you for a long time, and you're an author. You're just into a whole lot of different things. The author is new, so why don't we talk a little bit about your book?
Yeah, this is my 9th book, but it's my first children's book. So it's called My Daddy Has a Gun and My Mom Does Too. And what it was about, I don't know if you know Yehuda Reamer. He goes by the Pew Pew Jew on Instagram and social media. Right. He wrote a book called Safety On a few years ago. He's got another book, The ABCs of Guns. And my daughter, she's 4.5 now, these books have resonated with her, right? She flips through them, she sees the pew pews, the guns, and we joked, well, Rob, you should do a book too. And I thought, well, there's so many gun safety books out there for kids and some really good work, stuff he's done, stuff that Julie Golub has done. So what I want to do is something a little different. So what this book is it's from the perspective of a child who kind of goes through all of the people in her lives who have firearms. The friend who's the security guard, her grandfather is a hunter, her aunt goes trap shooting, her niece has a water gun, and one of the lines in there is that she has a water gun, but she's not allowed to use it inside. She can only use it around the pool. And then the kid says, well, I think all guns must have rules, So it's just this lifestyle kind of book that gives you a conversation starter for a gun-friendly family. And it's an educational piece for kids that don't grow up around guns to understand just how many guns there are all around us every day with no negative outcomes whatsoever.
So how do people get that?
Amazon. It's trending right now. Again, My Daddy Has a Gun and My Mom Does Too. It's trending right now as the #1 new release, and I think the #3 bestseller in its category. So it's pretty fun. Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit, we'll switch gears here, about the Second Amendment rally in Washington, D.C.
Second Amendment rally was a huge success. We had 30 speakers, all united under the common idea that the Second Amendment is there to protect our individual right to keep and bear arms. But outside of that, it was 30 very, very diverse speakers from all aspects of the lifestyle, all aspects of firearms, gun rights advocacy, people from an urban background, rural background, people who've been in this fight for 40 years, and people who barely anybody's heard of before, but they have a really interesting perspective. It was very successful. We had a few thousand people show up on the west lawn of the Capitol building in D.C. It was the same day as the Nationals celebration parade, so we had a little traffic issues in that, but it was a great rally, beautiful weather, and we're doing it again in Washington, D.C. on October 24th, 2020. So October 24th, 2020, join me and thousands of other gun rights advocates, American gun owners. Again, we're going to have a very diverse group of speakers, and we're really looking forward to it. The community has really supported it and celebrated it. Obviously, we just saw what happened in Virginia. Well done, gun owners of Virginia. A peaceful rally, a protest against the impending gun legislation that's happening there. In Richmond, tens of thousands of gun owners were there. We'd love to see tens of thousands come out to the 2A rally in D.C. as well.
The interesting thing is, not only were they peaceful, they were all carrying guns, but not only were they peaceful, they cleaned up before they left.
What's funny is people took pictures of us at the D.C. rally and the area we were in versus where the baseball parade was, and then just the trash and the litter and overflowing, and just the mess that they left versus the how clean it. People said, well, the west lawn was cleaner when the gun people left than it was when they showed up.
That's exactly right. So this year you taught at SHOT University.
Yeah, that was really cool. It's it's an honor to work with NSSF anytime I get a chance to do it. This is my 24th SHOT Show. This is the first time. I'm usually out at Range Day on Monday, which is like the day before the show actually opens.
I looked for you to interview you. You weren't there.
I know, it's the first time in a while. Well, it's because I was here. I had the honor and the privilege of teaching at SHOT University, and I was asked to speak with retailers, managers and owners of range operations or gun shops or both about how important it is to integrate training at all levels, get their staff involved, get their customer involved, how it affects and improves their product lines, and gave them some creative ideas around, training doesn't have to mean closing your range down and just having 8 people out there shooting all day. It could be a seminar on ammunition or a seminar on the holster line that you carry inside of your shop. So a lot of different ways to integrate training, really important way to develop the business, and obviously that's what SHOT Show is about, right? NSSF is here to support the business of the firearms industry.
I certainly am a big believer in your teaching. You do a lot of things. What if someone wants to get a hold of you? What do they have to do?
The best way to find me is obviously going to be on the internet. You can go to intuitiveshooting.com. On Instagram, I'm Pincus Rob. Also on Twitter, and I'm on Facebook at Rob Pincus as well.
I appreciate you coming.
Thanks very much, man.
And for SHOT Show TV, I'm David Lombardo.